So the UK is looking to pass an assisted dying bill. It's actually passed first reading in Parliament. For those of you that are not from the UK and don't understand how our system works, it's still pretty far away from becoming law. But usually when things pass the first reading, that means eventually they will probably get through. They have the votes, as they say in political parlance. And a lot of people have been pushing back on it. I guess there's been fierce debate. So you see one of the ticks behind me talking about the fact that we're going through a period where there's more austerity. And so this is part of the three-dimensional chess of our leaders to try and, first of all, create extreme austerity that pushes people into poverty, helplessness, despair. And then you're able to then remove them from society by murdering them using an assisted dying bill. To those people that are pushing those kind of theories, calm down, okay? This sounds very super smart to a lot of these people. I've seen a lot of these tweets go viral. People genuinely, they can see where or how it can work in that way. But I'm just going to provide some balance to this conversation because some perspective is needed for those people that believe in this kind of conspiratorial nonsense, basically. Generally speaking, in Western countries, and even countries that are not that developed, it's actually pretty hard for the state to kill someone. So for starters, people are talking about how they're going to use this bill to get rid of the undesirables, which is the people that are suffering from, disabilities and, other type of things that they feel like it's too expensive to treat them. So let's just try and kill them. For one thing, we don't actually have the death penalty in the UK. So if you want to think of a very politically safe and easy way to get rid of people in society, just putting the death penalty back would be something that most people would actually, I don't know if we would support it, because again, it seems like the death penalty conversation has moved so far in the UK where there's no real serious appetite to bring it back, even for the most worst, for the worst criminals you can think of. People don't really think of them and be like, you might see the conversation on Twitter like, oh my God, this person should be hanged, no trial, no sentence, just kill them straight away. It sounds good as Twitter rhetoric, but the legislators have not even come close to bringing anything like that back. So if the state really has this bloodlust to kill undesirable people, why would they not just start there? We don't already have that. That's already a sign. And even states that do have that, like America, someone gets the death penalty and they're on death row for 20 years. Probably maybe about 60% of those penalties eventually get commuted. And this is America. It's a state that has 20,000 murders every year. So even in states like that, we see a lot of resistance from the state to kill people. And even if you think about other methods of killing people, some might say abortion, for example. Do you know how hard it is to get an abortion in the UK? Especially if you're at a certain term. That could be, again, a very easy way for them to try and control the population numbers. Abortion is accessible, yes, but you don't see a kind of conspiracy theory about they intentionally killing these people's babies to prevent them from having children because they don't want a certain class of people to have babies. You can be as poor as you want. If you decide you want to keep your baby, no one's really going to fight you on it. In fact, if you decide you want to have an abortion, you're probably going to get more resistance than if you just simply decide to keep the baby. And that's even if you're someone that the doctor can probably assess that you're going to need a lot of state help throughout your life. So again, if it were the case that there's this amazing bloodlust and, they're going to start using it to kill people by stealth, there's really no evidence to suggest that, as we have it right now.